this reviewer, he also very generously provided the foreword in my book. And lastly, I would like to thank my family, my partner John, for their support, and we have a lot of brainstorming sessions. So let's get started. So you can see the name of my book is called Business Analysis in the Era of Generative AI. On the 5th of February, my book reached to the Amazon #1 bestseller in computer science and business skills categories. I'm probably the most crazy person in the world, for actually the first business analyst to write a book about generative AI. It was the first in the market. Number two, you can tell the AI has raised a lot of interest and curiosity, and I'm quite pleased with that. So a little bit about myself. My name is Kitty Hung, from the cover of my book. My background is computer science and technology. I got my PhD in computer science in 1999 in University of Sheffield. After that, I stayed in the academic environment for a couple of years, working as a research fellow in both Sheffield University and London University. In 2001, I joined the industry. I work in telecom sector as a business analyst. I like to be a business analyst because I'm more like a people person and I like problem solving. And a year later, I joined the central government, working in Metropolitan Police as their senior business analyst most of the time. Apart from a few years, I was a senior project manager. After 15 happy years, I moved out to rejoin the industry. I joined Capita, and I was put in their smart meter program, working in the national critical infrastructure smart meter technology. Actually, 2017 was my career highlight and my career transition, because for the first time, I was tasked to support Internet of Things, IoT product. For many years, I've been supporting software application. You have a monitor, you're controlled by a mouse and a keyboard. That's it, and then behind you have a database. But then, in front of me, there's a box. There's no interface, there's no screen. The only screen I can see is the tiny screen with your meter reading. But it's a computer, so how am I going to capture requirements and do the UAT? I learned so much in my job. 2 years later, I moved to company, and I continue to develop my skills in emerging technologies and defense technology and also Internet of Things. I was involved in IoT, digital twin, and other defense technology. In 2021, I moved to Raytheon. I took a position as a principal consultant in business analysis. And I was in the ADS&T, aerospace, defense, security, and technology sector. So I continue to develop my skills in that sector. And I was mainly involved in military, defense, and also aviation. In 2024, February 2024, I finally published my first book. It's Business Analysis in the Era of Generative AI. As you can see, I am a BCS International Diploma in Business Analysis holder, and I'm also BCS CITP Charter IT Professional. And 2 years ago, I was made BCS Fellow, and I'm also a proud member of IIBA. And that's me. So why did I write this book? When I look at the ChatGPT and Generative AI, I'm thinking, wow, the AI and Generative AI, they are the opportunities of our lifetime. I've lived old enough to understand what is internet and computer and mobile communication and cloud computing. The AI and Generative AI, they are bigger than all these technologies combined together. So then I decided I'm going to write a book, and I am very positive about the AI. I'm not resisting. Because in my book, I actually advise business analysts and consultants to actually pivot their role in competing against the AI or even resisting from using it to harnessing its power. Because I strongly believe that refocusing our priority in delivering high value work using the AI as a tool and with the leadership, fluency and literacy in AI will be the key in the future. And that's the reason why I decided to write this book to share with others. So the key elements of my book, I wanted to create a tool for myself because I can't remember everything. If I write everything down, then in my next project, if I want to refer to something, I refer to my menu. Now I'm thinking, maybe it's a good idea to share with something and sell it and make some money. So in my book, I have the guide. I talk about what is AI and what is generative AI and why is this so groundbreaking, so transformational. I hate to use this word. Why is it so game-changing? So I spend time working and doing my research on the generative AI. And then I align the capability of AI with my day-to-day job as a business analyst. I'm thinking, right, it's going to automate a lot of my day-to-day tasks, admin tasks, routine tasks. So if I use it, I can give myself a boost in productivity and efficiency. So it's actually quite positive. And then in my book, I need to explain how and why it will influence our direction as a BA. And then the book, I have a deep dive about how the intelligent-led information system will transform the business operations. And then how the BA can leverage these changes for innovation, efficiency, and success. And I also propose 7 steps of upskilling for BA to think about what in the long-term future, maybe they can use the tool to upskill themselves to do something more sophisticated and higher value. The key features that is evolution of a digital transformation, generative AI, the new era of business analysts. We must admit, we are living in a new world. We cannot afford to keep an old mindset in the new world. We need to change our way of working. I would say generative AI is not just a technology. Generative AI is a culture, is a mindset. So, and also we cannot go to just try the AI with our eyes closed blindly. We need to understand what the foundation of AI, how it should work, what's the power, what's the capability and limitation, and it's listed in my book. And lastly is the transitioning from BA, business analysis, to business advisory role. What my readers will learn, I think there are 4 elements. If you're a business analyst, you can use my book as a tool to improve your prompt engineering skill, to see what kind of templates you can generate from AI. So you just improve your efficiency and save your time. But if you're not business analyst, you work in IT industry, you can actually use my book as a reference to say, okay, how my book will help you understand the AI impact in your job, in your day-to-day role. And the next one is in here. Even you're a student, you have some aspiration to become a BA in the future, but the future is very different from the past few years. We have a breakthrough in 2022. So with this book, maybe I can arouse the interest of the students that, yeah, they still want to be a BA in the future, but will be sometimes an AI-driven BA. And also, organization leader, technology leader, such as Barbara, she's the Chief Information Officer in NHS. In you have a team of people, you have an IT team of people helping you. What's your direction? What's your training need? What's your training analysis? How are you going to make use of the AI to upskill your workforce? So someone like Barbara is also a very good audience to use my books as a reference, as guidance. Academics who are interested, like Professor, you have students, you supervise PhD students. You may say, well, maybe we can explore further about the generative AI or AI in the academic world to see whether we can actually take it further. So it's also suitable for academic environment. As a teacher, if you lecturer, you teach MSc course or undergrad course, you might say, okay, we have this business analysis module, and now we inject some kind of generative AI tool and techniques in the syllabus and your curriculum. So I hope my book will be useful for quite a good group of audience. Yeah, I've done that. Policymaker, yes. Policymaker or people working in regulatory sector, they will want to know how to police AI, because AI, we have a lot of problems about the AI security, AI ethics, AI bias, plagiarism, copyright issues. So policymaker may say, okay, let's look at what's the loophole, the legal loophole now. My sister is a lawyer. She will be very interested in understanding, well, from the legal viewpoint, can this company sue that company? Can that person sue this one? So that kind of open a Pandora box to see what's the legal implication of AI in business. And also the rest of you, if you're interested in AI, that is your seminar. So my book starts with the technological revolution. In the Homo sapiens evolution, we evolved from monkey and chimpanzee to human civilization. I've been in the industry since the 90s, so I kind of witnessed 3 decades of technological evolution. But let me tell you, I have not seen this in my whole life before the generative AI. Because from the early 90s to 2022, that's 30 years, in the digital transformation, all I saw is to transform paper-based documents to electronic documents with a database behind that, or upgrades from analog technology to digital technology, pretty much predominantly flat screen, 2D flat screen, controlled by mouse and keyboard. It's been 30 years now. I think we are moving away. It's quicker than I thought, from digital transformation to automation. The automation, the cybernetic automation powered by AI, which the machine can perform mental tasks, and the physical automation powered by AI, where the machine can perform physical tasks. That's how I look at, and the future is now. It's not in the future. It has arrived. So come back to my the core of my objective. I examined what's the difference between pre-generative AI era and the post-generative AI. Before that, I've been doing my job in the last 25 years as a BA. We speak to the stakeholders, the users. What would you like? What's your requirements? And then say, okay, yeah, manage the stakeholders, manage the requirements, turn the requirements to agile user stories and acceptance criteria, and produce some software modeling. because BA is the bridge to get between the user communities, business communities, and the technical communities. We're the one who can speak both languages. We can speak human languages and we can speak technical languages. That's our core function. And then throughout this journey, we produce some graphical representation like software modeling in the like of BPMN, business process modeling language, unified modeling language, SysML, and pass to work with the solution architect. And then before the implementation, it doesn't really matter if it's a waterfall or agile. The loop is still the same. It just if it's agile, you got multiple loops. But after the generative AI, I tested it, and in my previous talk, I actually demonstrated a clip that someone who wrote the requirements in natural language took the requirements, a JPEG, upload to the GPT system, convert to code, execute it to an application. So we bypass all these processes and we can do directly from requirements to coding, testing, and application. You might think, no, it's in Kitty's head. She's the crazy person who think about it this way. It's not like this in the real world. But I can tell you, I'm not the only person thinking about this. This is Modern Requirements. It's a company, it's a Microsoft company. It's a part of Microsoft Azure DevOps capability. And in this AI requirements management tools in Agile DevOps process. And in here, this is plan, encode, build, operate, deploy, test, and monitor, release. From plan to code, there's no end analysis because the analysis is embedded in the code, the understanding of the code. And then in my world as a business analyst, there's actually tool to generate requirements by AI. Revolutionary generative AI requirement solution launched by Microsoft Azure DevOps. So how does it work? This product is linked to the pre-trained large language model. So if I was a user, I use this tool. I just make a very simple example. I want to capture requirements about airport baggage handling, and the large language model will go to the whole internet to learn the best practice of all the airports in the world available on the internet, the baggage handling processes and requirements, and it will suggest the requirements, the functional requirements. If you want to roll out a solution about airport baggage handling, these are the recommended requirements for you. And I was told by a client that this tool could pretty much generate 80% of functional requirements. And then for the 20%, they will use the human decision loop to investigate human BA, to investigate the specific requirements for specific airport. But the generic requirements already be generated by the AI tool. Oh, and then you might think, it might work in a small system. In a big system, maybe the stakeholders, the customers, they still want to look at the BPMN modeling or diagram. Yes, I use this tool, chartai.io. I put the natural language requirements in just natural language, and here's the options. I select what kind of notation I want the system to generate for me, and it generates sequence diagram, a class diagram, mind map, and process flow is editable. So there are already generative AI tools that can generate diagrams. As you know, generative AI can generate textual content, graphical content, images, sound, and video. So it is not new already. So my conclusion is that there will be some reduction in the manual creation of artifacts because it can be generated by AI. However, I can also see there is an emerging opportunities for business analysts to actually look at something high value to do, something more sophisticated. As you know, AI is not always right. Notoriously, AI has misinformation and hallucination. So we need to inject the human decision loop to decide the content generated by AI, is it relevant? Is it fake? Is it just making up? So we need our human decision loop to determine what the content was relevant and not relevant. And we can also use the content, we can use our human intelligence to fine-tune the content. So it means that we will become generative AI assessor. We assess the content. In order to get the optimal outputs from the AI, we need to acquire a skill called prompt engineering. I will describe later more detail about what is prompt engineering. Then we free up our time because the AI can do the groundwork, but instead of sitting there doing nothing, waiting for work, we can use this opportunity to think about something more abstract, more strategic, like become an innovative thinker or become a thought leader and become a business advisor. We have the opportunity to actually jump out from project scope to portfolio or enterprise level. We'll become a critical friend of business owner or C-suite executive. So this is our opportunity. So for me, it's very positive because I can use the AI tool instead of resisting it or worry about my job tomorrow. I can actually use it as a tool to further expand my horizon. So that's my attitude about the AI. And I also, in my book, I also have a comparison between machine intelligence and human intelligence. As you can see, there are things the machine can do better than human. For example, calculator. You can't beat a calculator. It's accurate, it's fast. Faster than you use a pen and paper to add your figures. For example, automation eliminating human errors, consistency in applying rules and logic. It doesn't have emotion, so it's very, very consistent. It can access to vast amounts of data and produce the output in a very short space of time. I'm sure in here, can you tell me, can you raise your hand if you have not used any generative AI tool? Okay, there's five of you, okay? So majority of you have used the generative AI tool, and you can see the turnaround time is pretty quick. You're talking about seconds. Yeah. It's available 24/7, 365. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't go on holiday. And it's multilingual. When I say multilingual, it's not just 2 or 3 languages. You're talking about translating 100 languages simultaneously. However, it actually is not that bad. You can see on the right-hand side, the green arrows are actually more than the blue arrows. So it means that we humans, we possess the quality that at the moment the AI still cannot do. For example, we make decisions based on judgment, we have common sense, and we have our emotional intelligence can drive some kind of flexibility. We are not stubborn like the computer. If the computer say no, the computer say no. There's no gray area. It's just yes or no. But if we human, maybe not. We have a gray area. We're flexible. Creative thinking, we think outside the box. We can think something from nothing. The AI can't. What is AI? AI is based on algorithm, and the algorithm is produce the decision or output based on the data set. For example, if you acknowledge It's not written down. It doesn't exist in the data set. The AI doesn't know. The AI only knows when something is existing in the data set. So, but we human, we can think about something out of nothing. That is called creativity. We have thought leadership, we have ethics and morality, we know what is right and what is wrong, and we have critical thinking, we have reasoning, and we have empathy, we look after each other, and we have curiosity. And it is the curiosity that drives innovation. Oh, I don't know about that, let's explore further. And then let's drive the human civilization, all the thousands of years of innovative thinking. So, before I dive down the detail in my book, I share the 4 key takeaways, which represented by 4 key chapters. I explain what is AI and how it transforms business operations, and I also explain how BA can leverage this capability to drive success and innovation, and how to embrace the AI tool to deliver more sophisticated work better and quicker. And last but not the least is to acquire a roadmap to transition from business analysis to business advisory. I know what you're thinking. You might say, why? Because I can see maybe a year or 6 months down the road, AI will automate even more and more tasks. Not just the business analysis tasks, but also other tasks in the IT industry. When the AI can automate more tasks, there may be less demand of traditional business analysis work. And the last takeaway is, we ask ourselves, what next? What can I do the AI can't to remain relevant, to remain in the industry, to be able to be called business analysts in the industry? And that's the whole idea about the transitioning from business analysis role to business advisory role, using our soft skill. So there's a chapter about the basic technique of the function of our generative AI. I mean, I think most of you already know it is a sophisticated search engine. It can generate content in the textual manner, computer code, images, sound, and video. It takes natural language. So when you do your command, you don't need to know any computer language. You can just use natural language to communicate with the AI. It does translation. It's brilliant in summarization. You can just put a 40-page PDF document and then it's summarized in 1 page. And it's also very good in when you have the Teams call, the recording. It will just summarize the key points in maybe 10 bullets. Classification, extraction, and generation of metadata, which is really key. For many years, organizations have been struggling about unstructured data. Structured data is easy. You got the table, you got heading, you got the SQL, you can put query, it's really structured. But unstructured data is just none of free text. It's really difficult to do the search, and I mean, their technology like NoSQL or MongoDB, but it is AI. The AI is automation, classified, to categorize all your data structure and produce the metadata. So it's so easy to do the tagging in the unstructured data. It makes life so much easier. Generative AI is not only the tool for generation of content, it actually can become an administrative assistant. Like Copilot, Microsoft 365 Copilot, and AI chatbot, AI agent, AI assistant, like call center is all automated by AI. So it becomes your like a personal assistant, can do things for you. So in here is it's just some examples, the most common business analysis documentation. And I use the AI tool to generate the template. what I have learned from this process is, in my job, we inherited templates from someone who worked before us, and we just use the templates for years and years. And when I use the AI to generate the templates, I noticed, oh my God, I haven't thought about it. Oh, because AI, when they generate the template, it gives me the whole world, the information, and to come up with all this, the best practice in the industry. So I actually learned quite a lot by using the AI to generate templates for me, like data cleansing, impact analysis, regulatory, all these functional spec, non-functional spec. So I personally learned a lot. So the third one is the key of the AI tool is, if you want to generate the optimal outcome, you need to train the AI more efficiently. So in here, there's so many, this is just examples of generative AI tool, but you can see all these AI tools come out to the market almost every day. I have lost count. So prompt is the communication between the user and the AI, the input from the user and the output from the AI, and the window, the screen between the user and the AI, they call it the mode, M-O-D-E. Prompt engineering refers to the technique how to train the AI to get the most relevant and the most optimal output. So in my book, I have a chapter, because I mean, to be honest with you, none of us can claim to be generative AI expert apart from maybe Sam Altman and his OpenAI creative team. So I'm not expert, so I have to do my own research. So based on my research and studies, I produced a paper called Prompt Engineering Basic Techniques. I published on LinkedIn, but it is also a chapter in my book. In this chapter, I define, based on my research, what is prompt engineering, and what are the use cases. The use cases more aligned to business analysis work. And key principle, general tips, prompting technique, chain of thoughts, and how to avoid hallucination, prompt hacks, and iterative approach. So it's already documented very detailed in my book. There's one thing I really like, is this is my favorite prompt. It's the technique is before you even ask the AI to do things for you, you set up a contract with the generative AI. You can copy and paste this to the mode. You said, I am going to ask you the question, but I want you to come up with a drafted prompt, and I want you to ask me questions related to my inquiry. I will answer your question. You interview me, I'll answer your questions. You come back with a revised prompt, and you ask me further questions related to my inquiry, and I will continue to answer your questions. And we will do it again and again iteratively until I say, I'm happy with your output. We are done. And please generate the final prompt. It's so powerful, I can't say no more. It's just so effective. And that's why I included in my book, and I would like to share with people. It's quite underpublished. When it came out on school, skool.com, it was not really like a big thing, but I just find it's just so useful. And these are just my favorite, most popular, some popular generative AI tools. I mean, now the list probably is like go on and on because there are more tools coming out to the market every day. So there's a chapter I put down is about not just generative AI, it's about AI, and AI about all the elements and factors surrounding AI. So first of all is the AI basic knowledge. Ensure your team have the good understanding what generative AI can do and what's their limitation, and also teach the user not just the generative AI, but also the basic principle behind the AI. Because AI, you have supervised learning, unsupervised learning, you have reinforcement learning, you have many different machine learning, and you have deep learning, and you have neural network. So I think before you even start using the tool, we need to understand the basic principle of AI. And the cybersecurity or AI ethics around that. At the moment, because the technology is so new, it's a greenfield, the governments or the policy makers, they don't really know how to police or regulate or govern the AI, the generative AI. I don't have an answer in my book. I just flag it out that when we use this tool or use the technology, something we need to be careful about it. Especially AI ethics. Because you now it's a bit better now. When I wrote my book, like OpenAI or Google, they didn't put much guardrails to kind of prevent people from getting information who have been like sensitive or a bit derogatory to other people, or not support in like aligned to ED&I. But now I think it's better now about the AI ethic. For example, now you can't actually ask the generative AI to give you the formula to make a bomb, because they have the guardrail. They won't do this. And always use the human decision loop. When you get the content from the tool, make sure you check the hallucination, the misinformation, fake news. You always need to check. And now it's a bit better now, because before at the beginning, the ChatGPT doesn't even give you the citation. But now if you use Bing, it actually gives you the citation, the source of the information, so you can actually click the link to look at the source of the website. So it's a lot better now. And also, fact check the data and plagiarism. Plagiarism is something really controversial, because the AI, they learn all the stuff on the internet, and then they come up with this content, like an image or a piece of music or a poem, anything. But then they did not give credit or citation to the original creator. So the human creator, they feel like it's not fair. You nick my stuff, but then you don't give me any credit. But the AI doesn't know, because they learn different things and then mix and match together. So I don't have an answer again. I just want to flag it up that I leave it to the law enforcement or policy maker. Is someone much higher above my pay scale? AI security, cyber security. We good people, we use AI to do our job, but the bad actors, they also use AI to do their job. So it means that cyber hacking and cyber security, the cyber criminals, they can get more sophisticated way to automate their attacks and virus or denial of service. So it means that organizations, we need to upgrade our cybersecurity resilience because of the AI. And also AI data privacy. In my book, I spend time explaining about the difference between the open source AI, I call it playground, like ChatGPT or GPT-4, anything from the internet, and then they will immediately use your conversation as to train the data. And then secondly is the generative AI for enterprise, which organization can subscribe the API and subscribe the pre-trained large language model, install it within their firewall, and then plug into the corporate data and train the corporate data. The conversation between the users and AI are encrypted within the firewall. So OpenAI will not know what's the content, what's the conversation, because it's the enterprise version, it's a closed version of generative AI. So they will not use the conversations to train the data. So I mean, the Big Four. I went to a talk in Ernst & Young November last year. The Big Four consultancy, they packaged the generative AI as a business. They call it generative AI AAS. They use this to provide service to their client, to help the client to install the generative AI in their own organization. So they have I would say, it's called private GPT. So it's already doing it. So for OpenAI, open generative AI, I think we need to be careful, because whatever we say, whatever we type out, it could be used as to train the data. So we need to be careful when we put sensitive information. For the closed AI, we can be more relaxed. It's like when your organization subscribed SharePoint, you put your organizational content and documentation in SharePoint, but it doesn't mean that Microsoft can have access to your content, because it's within the firewall and encrypt and store in the private cloud. So this principle applies to the generative AI for business. So you can only use the private generative AI for your organization normally, but if you use the playground version, be careful, because anything can be taken by the creator, the supplier, the vendor of the generative AI to use whatever they like. And next one is the AI ethics, bias, and fairness. A few months ago, I went to the ChatGPT. I said, could you I said, could you create an image of a business analyst? And it generated a white man in suit. But I'm thinking, well, I'm not white and I'm not man. I am a Chinese woman from Hong Kong, but I'm a business analyst. Because the algorithm behind the AI, the generative AI, a business analyst is a white male in suit. So I haven't tried it again, because the bias is in the mind of the creator of the algorithm. If the creator algorithm, they call it cliche, is like, you know, a typical project manager will look like this, a typical business analyst will look like this, and the creation will be like that. So it's a bit, it's lead to discrimination. And AI transparency. You know, the company OpenAI, they're the first company rolling out the ChatGPT to the consumer market. They were established in 2015, aiming to be the open source company. But in 2019, they became a closed source company. So, because it's a closed source company, we don't know how they establish or create the algorithm. It's lacking of transparency, which raised ethical questions about accountability and trust. And also data quality. You know, AI itself is just based on the algorithm and the data set. If the data set is bad, the output will be bad. So it's like garbage in, garbage out. We cannot control the playground version of generative AI, but we can control the closed AI, the generative AI for enterprise. So when you have the the opportunity to support a generative AI project for your organization, make sure the data quality is, you have done the data cleansing, the data quality is neat and tidy, then you will have a good algorithm, you have a good output. And AI accountability, this is a unresolved issue. It's still existing. In the past, before the generative AI, social media like Twitter, Facebook, when there's someone posting fake news, misinformation, or something derogatory comments against women or ethnic minority or LGBTQ community, the social media operators could manage to track down the origin of the creator. But now they realize that there are layers and layers. They realize that the message was actually created by an AI. The account is not a human account, it's a bot account. And then they track down another layer. So who created this bot account? Oh, this bot account was created by another bot account. And then they had, and also all this IP address, and it's really difficult to track down what country, what physical location of the original creator. So this is a challenge. This is definitely a challenge to the community, to the society, as well as the social media operators. As I said, I don't have an answer. I just back it up. AI consent and copyright. I mentioned it before. It's really difficult. I leave it to the legal person to identify what's the solution about the AI copyrights and AI consent. Well, the thing is, AI doesn't consult the original creator when it takes the materials, whether it's an image or music or intellectual properties. So it doesn't have the consent. So that I also leave it to the law enforcement organization to sort this out. So from there, it is the first half of my book. If you're a business analyst, you just want to give yourself a boost of productivity, you just want to improve your output, you just want to be more skillful, more efficient, then the first half of the book should be enough for you to start using the AI to improve your productivity and your competence. The second part of the book is for someone who think, okay, a year or two down the line, when the AI tools becomes more and more automated, can augment a lot of human tasks. What else can I do? I don't want to be just take the universal income, sitting at home doing nothing, or I want to do something. I want to be relevant. I want to be useful. So I have a proposition. I propose 7 steps of upskilling to use more like soft skill, emotional intelligence skill, to do something more strategic and more sophisticated. The first one is to basically jump out of the project scope to the organizational scope, improve efficiency, driving cost saving, reduce business risk, adopt and promote agile mindset, embrace and advocate automation, data-driven decision making, and promote sustainability. It's very detailed in my book. The first step is I put them down: quantitative efficiency improvement, time and money. Second, qualitative improvement of efficiency, strategic alignment, performance, competitiveness, and also opportunity for optimization, and then cost effectiveness. When we transition from business analyst to business advisor, we don't work in a project. If we see the project does not align to the organizational objective for efficiency or performance, we should challenge the project and we should offer alternative options. The next one is improve cost savings. In my book, I outline technological cost saving, mainly hardware, software license, and networking, and then non-technology cost saving, like operation, energy consumption, payroll, overhead, operation, training, and development. Reduce risk. It's actually a very important step that we need to contribute to organization when we become the business advisor. Because I have talked to a lot of business owner and chief executive level people. They think risk is all about cybersecurity and or firewall, but in fact, the business risk involves operational risk, financial risk, because the cost, the outcome of risk is financial loss, operation reputation loss, and also employee health and safety loss. So business risk is really important. That's why I put down the elements of the business risk. And for technology risk, it's not just patching of the do some patching, cybersecurity. We also need to keep up the pace of the cyber bad actors, because they unfortunately I mean I work in the police force for 15 years. I noticed the criminals, they're always a step ahead before the law enforcement. Why? In the cybersecurity sector, I noticed the cyber criminals, they're always a step ahead of us in defending ourselves in the cyber resilience. But this is the fact. So organizations need to really protect their, if you like, the digital access from cyber criminals. The next one is the adopt agile mindset. Agile is a methodology, but business, our stakeholders, business people, they think agile is just for IT development team. But in fact, agile is a cross-functional team. Agile covers everybody in the organization. And we as a business advisor, we are responsible for herding all the people together and work together in a collaborative way. So in my book, I kind of outline the strategy, how to convince or influence the business to be more engaging, to be more physically involved in the agile development project. Otherwise, it won't succeed. And hopefully, with all the good things about agile, like frequent testing, you have MVP, minimum viable product, at the very early stage of the project. So hopefully you will convince the business to be more engaging, even though it will have spend more time in showing up in the agile ceremonies like stand up, retrospective, and show and tell, etc. Embrace automation. Remember in my first slide deck, I said we are kind of moving away from the digital transformation now. We are embarking the automation generation. And I put quite a substantial content about automation, because I truly believe we are basically in the automation. And there's an article on the internet recently. They said 2024 is the year of robotics, which is true, I believe, because in the automation, you have cybernetic automation already exists. The GPT and generative AI is a co-pilot, is a cybernetic automation where the machine can perform mental tasks. The physical operation automation, where the machine can perform physical tasks. like robotic, driverless car, drone. They all physical automation. It goes without saying, automation save time, money, and improve efficiency. Data-driven decision making. When we become a business advisor, we need to advise the business to make decisions. The best evidence to help business make decisions is data. And the best representation of data is visualization and data intelligence. And as the business advisor, we need to acquire these skills in machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, data intelligence, infographics, predictive analytics, and data visualization. Because with this, we'll be able to assist our business owner, chief executive, to conduct the key performance indicator. With the key performance indicators, will help them to make decisions backed up by the data. The more informed decision. Really, really important. Okay, last but not the least, promote sustainability. This step is a bit unique from the other 6 steps. First of all, you need to be passionate about sustainability and environment. If you are still driving a Chelsea tractor, and then on one hand you are driving a gas guzzler, but then on the other hand you try to promote recycling sustainability, that contradicted to your lifestyle. So you need to be passionate and you need to lead by example, because the environment, we all want to reduce the CO2 emission, use more renewable energy and use less fossil fuel, reduce global warming, reduce pollution, and reduce waste. Not just for the environment, but also nowadays you got corporate, you want to portray a positive corporate images to your clients, and also it's a corporate responsibility. And there are a lot of environmental laws now. If business, they break the environmental law, they will face a hefty fine. So it's not just the environment, but also corporate responsibility. You want to have positive images, responsible of our planet and our future generations. Apart from the environment and the corporate responsibility, in fact, sustainability can help efficiency, because reducing costs by reusing and recycling. If you use less, then they produce less, and then the factories will produce less CO2, less waste to the environment. Improving efficiency by reducing waste and resource consumption. So in my book, if the reader say, okay, I think I want to adopt this idea, but how do I start? How can I do it? So my advice is in my book is there's different ways. For example, formal education, but it's not the only way. I'm not asking my readers to go back to business school to do an MBA, because it's not the only way. There are options like in industry experience, like shadowing your senior people, public events, conference, seminar, webinar, workshop like this one, and mentorship. Get a really good experienced mentor and coach. Networking, talk to people, like here, you talk to people, ask them questions. Online learning, in this day and age, you have no excuse that I don't know how to learn it, I can't find ways to do it. We have the internet, you got LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, Udemy, you got all these YouTube, social media. There's so many avenues to learn new skills. And last but not the least, professional certification and membership, like BCS, IBA, IEEE. Because when you are in the professional certification or membership, you get all the notification about events, talk, or qualifications. So it's a great way to mingle with other like-minded people. So in my book, my conclusion, I have 3 key messages to my readers. First one, if you want to utilize the AI tools at your to improve your efficiency, develop the AI literacy, distinguish quality AI output from disinformation, check sources by inconsistency. Just don't go to use the tool with your eyes closed. Secondly, master the prompt engineering technique. The better you do it, the better your output. I give you an example. I use Midjourney. I asked the Midjourney, can you give me an image with the sky, trees, flowers, birds, and river? It gives me that, okay? I know someone who is a professional photographer, and he used the prompt, generate whatever, sky, sun, birds, river, mountain, but he used the pixel and also the color code of the, like the four alpha color code to specify the tone of the color and the pixel and the resolution, and the picture came out like gallery quality, like you see in the art gallery. And because in his output, he's got this sunlight beaming down, and you can see still the sunlight, but behind the sunlight is the tree, the shadow of the tree, which is fantastic. And that shows the difference between someone who have absolutely no prompt engineering technique in photography and someone who's a professional photographer can generate the output. It's really, really important. And finally, now you can use the AI as a tool to do the groundwork and admin tasks and all this. Cultivate soft skill, creativity, communication, emotional intelligence, and thought leadership and strategy. That's my book. Thank you very much. So my plan is, I have 10 minutes questions, and then at 7:45 we can go to eat pizza and book signing. So first question, yeah.
Yes. 2 questions. Quick. Okay. Can we consider GenAI also can it use some creativity? Because it's still taking information just like humans, putting together, but making something new. So it's still a creativity process. Even GenAI can use creativity.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that. For example, AI is like a child. So when I was a child, I learned music. I went to learn piano, and I learned how to play guitar. And when I grew up, I became a musician, and I create music, I create songs. But can my music teachers sue me? It is exactly like the AI is like a child. It goes to the internet to learn all the sound, noise, music, images, animation, everything, and then come up with something in itself by mixing and matching different. The question is, can the original creator claim intellectual property ownership, or claim plagiarism, or claim copyright? To be honest with you, quick question. I don't have an answer.
Okay, just a second question, will be quick. Okay, in your book, on your consideration, if you have GenAI and you want to improve the accuracy of the tool when you do your business analyst, have you considered to use another tool to check the second tool, maybe a third tool? So, like the checking GenAI, they can check the second tool that already generated, they can check in turn the second. So using 3 GenAI.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And it depends. I personally am not really keen on this because, number one, I am a cautious optimist. I like AI, I'm very optimistic about AI, but I'm very cautious. So I always want to get involved using my human decision loop. But if I use another layer of AI, how can I know it's better than the first one? So I personally, I'm not keen on using another AI tool to check another AI tool. I still think myself quite important.
Yeah, no, I mean, if a Gen AI check another one, you can ask to have a feedback and give a reason if they find something contrast. And so you can analyze in the end, but you have a much two different sources.
Okay, I mean, it's personal choice. It's personal choice. I am not stopping you from using it.
Yeah, that was an idea.
Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. I have one comment, one question very quickly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
First comment, congratulations on your book. I think
Thank you.
You are well, I'm a cybersecurity engineer in Google. So I think you're asking the right questions. It's very important to raise that awareness and provide that visibility, and I think that's amazing. So I'll have a look at the book. And yeah, so if anyone in general wants to know about cybersecurity or ways of
what's your question?
Yeah. The question is, so what do you recommend to the people that is leading organizations? So I like how you frame business analyst and the activities or recommendations for the business analyst. So for someone that is in charge of building a team of business analysts, what kind of activities, what do they need to prioritize to make that transition to their teams? So as a leader, so if you are making that decision, so what do you recommend to them?
So if I'm the head of BA, BA leader in my team, I definitely will lead them to a direction of to become a more strategic business analyst, because knowing that they're quite a big chunk of work, like user stories, acceptance criteria, and software modeling could be automated. So I will ask myself a question, 3 questions. What should the BA stop doing? Number 2, what should the BA start doing? And number 3, what should the BA continue to do? Okay, I think the BA should stop doing the mundane tasks, administrative tasks, which could be augmented by AI. Yeah. What should the BA start doing? Prompt engineering skill, acquire prompt engineering skill to become a really proficient AI BA. Number 3, what should the BA continue to do to use our emotional intelligence? You know what, it's not fair for me, listen to my talk already 2 days ago, is to continue our people skill, stakeholder management, and to use our human skill to interview customers, interview users, stakeholders. These are the 3 questions. So if you ask me, I'm the BA leader, I will ask myself these 3 questions. It means that they will continue to be more strategic, and stakeholder people skill will never go away. Yeah. Jude, okay. Oh, sorry. This gentleman, he raised his hand first. Yeah.
I'm interested in metrics. How long did it take you to write this book?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, planning, researching, changing.
And as a follow-up, what percentage of the text in your book is generated by AI?
I don't have the
cover.
Everything I have citation, and I make no secret. I use Claude, I use GPT-4, and I use Google Bard and all this. But the ideas are mine. And also I found that before the ChatGPT, I use Grammarly. It's quite good, it's okay. But then I found that GPT-4 is fantastic. It's really modify and improve the way of presentation. But behind that, the ideas are mine. So I'm quite proud of it. Yeah. Jude, okay, you.
Kitty, can I just say something before Jude does? We're very privileged to have an expert in our audience, which is Jude.
Yeah.
And Jude has actually written a book which is entitled, roughly, Beyond Intellectual Property. So guess what his expertise is?
I can't wait for your question, Jude. He's our BCS AI Initiative Lead.
Thanks, Darlene. Thanks, Kitty. I think your talk was absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much for helping us understanding. My question, maybe before the question actually, in this audience, there are people at different levels of understanding of what AI is doing. We have an expert here from Google. We have two people in front who have done a previous event on AI and have built tools. Gents, speaking about you, right? So as Kitty mentioned, we have an AI initiative as part of BCS London. So if you are an expert and you want to have a session like this, please reach out to myself or Darlene or Kitty, and then we'll try and organize something. So that's in terms of what we do, and Kitty's exemplar. My question to you, you said something along the lines of business analysts evolving to business advisors. I really like that. What do you think is going to be the requirements for business analysts to get to that place where they are advising and guiding and influencing businesses? Is it more tooling, or is it developing those personal skills or interpersonal skills you talked about? I'm really interested in the human angle.
I mean, the thing is, you need to make you need to make an effort to learn. I mean, in the last one of the last slide, I have this diagram, how to acquire the channels and the avenues. So BA needs to do some work. Let me tell you, AI is not an option. AI is inevitable. 6 months or a year down the road, BA will find themselves, oh, my job has been augmented by AI. What else can I do that to make me remain relevant and respected, valuable in the team? I have a long thought about it, is to come out of the project to become more strategic organizational level. I mean, put it this way, I think most of you, if not all, will agree with me, the world will never run out of problems. So, it's our opportunity. Okay, we let the AI to do the project stuff, development stuff, automated stuff. Okay, I hope in my lifetime I'll be able to see the innovation to cure terminal illnesses like Alzheimer's, dementia, and cancer. And I mean, Elon Musk is already doing it for the Neuralink. I hope one day in my lifetime I will see a wheelchair user walk again. And also AI plus quantum. It will help the drug discovery. And I would like to see, I mean, 2 months ago, there's a big earthquake in Japan. I love this country. I was very devastated. How about we have the technology to have early warning signal, to evacuate the people early, to reduce the loss of life? The world is not running out of problems, so don't be afraid. The AI will replace your job. Learn something, innovate. I hope I can answer your question, Jude.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, for me.
I'll copy everyone else and say congratulations.
Thank you.
On the launch of your book. I think it's amazing. Met you last year, and I think it's been quite a privilege. My question is to you, but I think now that I know we also have a AI initiative lead from BCS, because my question is linked to BCS as well. I think it's perhaps both of you can help. So my question is, I've been thinking about this since you came to my organization earlier in the week, and the question is, do you anticipate, in view of the evolving advancement of generative AI, do you anticipate BCS business analysis models changing, or perhaps being further developed?
Yeah, I was interviewed by James Bannifield last week. James Benfield, he's the product manager for the BCS qualification courses certification. He's not just business analysis, but also other certification. So BCS is very positive to modernize their certifications in different fields. Like, I mean, AI touches every walks of life now. Cybersecurity, project management, business change, business analysis, architecture, all these, yeah. So James, he's going around to interview stakeholders. So he asked me how to, what kind of a module it will be good to inject to the BA certification and diploma. And I said business advisory and also the prompt engineering. Yeah. So the answer to you in short, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I've got a question from John.
In your introduction to your wonderful talk, Kitty, you said this was your first book, quite correctly. I took that as a bit of a hint that there might be a second book coming. What are you thinking?
You know, there's so much stuff to write. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was shocked to see in front of me Sora, S-O-R-A, text to video. I mean, you see the pace of advancement. So in about maybe six months down the road, it will be like a new book. If I have time and interest in it. And to answer your question, never say never. Yeah. So I hope I've answered your question. Yeah. Yes.
Short and sweet question. Would you say the definition of the word intelligence is different from conventional use of the word intelligence, especially when it comes to AI? Because if someone asks me what intelligence means, I think things like reasoning and creativity and IQ, but it doesn't seem that we can use these terms when it comes to artificial intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good question. Because in the industry they argue about like something like some guru in America, they said artificial intelligence is nothing to intelligence because it's based on algorithm, based on data set, it's based on someone, the creator of the algorithm. It's not intelligent. But when we move to AGI, artificial general intelligence, I mean AI has consciousness, AI can think. Then it may be a different scenario. I don't know when it will happen, but at the moment, just focus on generative AI or AI. And I think you're absolutely right. The word intelligence is very different. It's not from human intelligence. Human intelligence is all the points on the green arrows. Yeah, so I hope I answer your question.
Very short second part. So what would you say more appropriate term as you use instead of intelligence and AI?
I would say machine learning. I mean, machine learning is really, John, you're not AI person, you're not technical person, but if I say machine learning, you know what is it, yeah? The machine learn the knowledge. So I would replace the word AI with machine learning because it is machine learning in reality. I'm sorry, John, I used you. Hi, Jane. Oh, sorry, Mark first. You raised your hand earlier.
Thank you, Kitty. Well, this is a kind of follow-up to what Jude asked. You had a diagram fairly early on with 9 steps involved in let's say, systems development. And then below that, you had one which had 4 steps.
4 steps, yeah.
Do your BA friends accept your proposal that their lives change in the way you're suggesting?
Yeah, because I back up by my evidence. In my previous talk, I mean you saw in my BA conference the clip on YouTube. It just translate the requirements in plain English to software code and application. And the other one, I used the code interpreter to change the color of my cat from black to white without 0 code. So I have evidence to back up my argument. So the answer is yes. I have. They're convinced.
They are convinced.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. they can't be stubborn, and just, they have no choice. Jane first, Jane. Yeah.
Congratulations on your book and your hard work and your research and everything. You must be very proud of yourself. I've got 3 questions. So, first question is, how can AI help to resolve peace in all the wars in the world? Second question, how can AI help to repair the Earth? And third question, how can AI help us to launch space exploration or space colonization? Sorry, that's a bit maybe overwhelmed.
I mean, for me, I'm more like a consumer of AI. I'm a consumer of AI. Like, I'm a business analyst. I consume the technology. So your questions, someone like Elon Musk or Sam Altman, in a layman term, your first question, how can use AI to stop the war, maybe Ukraine invasion from Putin, is quite difficult because it is the decision making from the leader in the country is quite difficult, because don't forget, AI is not magic. AI is a tool. The tool limited to offer decision making based on the analytics and the big data analytics. That's all I can say. And space exploration, maybe Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos will be, or Richard Branson, because they are in this field, they will be able to develop their team to have more sophisticated AI technology to do space exploration. So for me, I'm not in a good position to answer your question, because I'm sitting in the position that I'm the consumer of the technology, not the inventor or creator of the technology.
It could be your, it could be an idea for your next 3 books.
Yeah. So this gentleman, yeah.
That model that the gentleman here referred to showed it going straight from plan to code and cutting out the sort of user story aspect of it. I wonder whether there have been any resistance from the users to having their input in the traditional sense into the design, cutting the users out of the loop, as it were.
Oh, do you mean the technology or the use cases?
Having their say in the design into the planning. You're saying the AI is doing all the design work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So are the users saying, well, I can get my say?
No, human decision loop. I kind of mentioned no less than 5 times about human decision loop. Don't believe anything from AI.
No, but the users themselves, rather than the analyst.
I mean, the users. You mean the stakeholders?
Yeah.
The stakeholder. I mean, I cannot speak for the stakeholders. I can speak on behalf of my community, business analysis community, because I'm
talking about the end users.
Yeah, the end user. I mean, in fact,
Kitty's talking about business analysts.
Yeah, but in fact, let me tell you, some of my clients already try out the generative AI to generate the requirements. It means that the actual stakeholders, they use the AI to produce user stories and requirements, and they can speak directly to the technical developer, bypassing us. This is the reality. It's happening now. I'm not saying which company or which organization, but it's happening now. Stakeholders and clients, they are actually using AI to generate requirements.
So I'm thinking in comparison to a pre-AI world.
I mean, in pre-AI world, we've been doing the digital transformation for 30 years now. David, do we have any online questions?
No.
Okay, so I think it's now time for the pizza and book signing. Thank you so much.